or beat you off the dribble and create their own shots. They don't need the pick. They don't need. Durant just shoots over you. Westbrook blows by you. Harden, I don't know what he does, but he just does it.
If you're Jason Kidd, he blows by you.
Well, yeah, I mean, so does our geriatric grandmother, but
he's flexible.
He's Karma's gotten that wife beaten. Anyway,
we need sound effects.
You're right, and that is, I think that is the biggest mismatch in that series will be at point guard, Russell Westbrook versus either Blake or Sessions. Sessions is young. But nobody matches
quick enough to make it interesting.
Right.
But,
nobody matches Westbrook's
if Sessions
overall size.
If he has to play like 38 minutes a game, just to keep Westbrook from going off.
And that takes Blake out of the equation. Yeah. And he's a great shooter. He's a great leader on the court. So, I think that Oklahoma City will advance. And that leaves Oklahoma City against, I guess you have the Spurs and I have the Clippers.
Yeah, all right.
He's smiling at me like he thinks the Spurs are gonna win this series.
No, I don't actually, but I mean they got the home field and they got all that loads of experience, so I don't think they're going to go down.
But do they have loads of experience? I mean, I guess they do. Steven Jackson is back with them, which is big.
Yeah, and their leaders are experienced.
They have 4 guys who have won a championship together. Yeah. But don't forget Derek Fisher, the champion, he's the ring collector, is now with the Thunder. People forget that. That was a great acquisition, even if he just, has the aura.
Sits around and
says, it's like Robert Horry on your team. It's the same thing.
Right, Robert Horry without any scoring.
Right, exactly. We'll come in and hit some ridiculous shot, and boom, you're in the finals.
Yeah, he's pretty much just occupying a jersey right now, but
it
could
it's enough
could
for me.
Mean something.
It's enough for me.
We got
that sage on your bench. That wise person. He's older than the coach, I think, but
it probably
that also works.
Yeah, Scotty Brooks probably rejected him a lot.
Right, days. Exactly.
But I got Oklahoma City in 7.
7. Okay, go in the full.
I think they'll be taxed.
So they're going to win on San Antonio's court.
On San Antonio's
AT&T Center, whatever they call it. I think it is AT&T.
Probably.
Something like that. So in 7.
Yep.
And I have the Clippers, so I have a shorter series.
Oh, yeah, the Clip. I mean,
I have the Clippers advancing, so I'd say Thunder. Thunder again. This isn't wishful. It's ceased to be wishful thinking now. What they've accomplished this season and in the first round. I mean, Dallas wasn't Dallas from a year ago, but they were still the defending champs, and they still sent them packing, in 4, and that's a confidence booster too. If a young team needs that, I say Thunder over the Clippers. I'll give the Clippers 2 wins, and it's likely going to be the Spurs. And if it is the Spurs, I'll also say 6 because I think if it gets back to San Antonio, that might be trouble for Oklahoma City.
Did they play 2-2, 1-1-1? The home game arrangement in playoffs, or is it all 2-3-2?
I don't think they do the 2-3-2 anymore. It depends on your closeness, and they're right there. So I think it would be. I think it'd be 1-1-1 at the end. Yeah, I think it would be. I think they do regionalize it after a certain point because
for a while there they had a rule where it was all 2-2, 1-1-1, except the finals was 2-3-2.
Right, and that may be the case. Yeah, honestly,
I don't know if that's still the case. Yeah,
but I think if they do end up in San Antonio for Game 7, I'm not sure that would be a lot.
Yep.
But I think they'll make quick work of it. I think it's Oklahoma City in 6 over either opponent, maybe 5 if it's the Clippers. But Chris Paul is just such a bulldog. I guess I grew to love him now. I grow to tolerate him. But that's not grow to tolerate him, but now I just tolerate him. But it's as a basketball fan, you have to to love him. And speaking of him, we're going to try to do a top 11 list because 10 just everybody does that.
Top 11 point guards.
Right. So every week we'll do our top 11. The genius of the wife. That's what she'll be called for now. Because everybody does 10.
That's
and
right.
we both compiled our own list of top 11 point guards currently, not of all time. So I don't want to hear your magic, Johnson. We know we get it. We know it. We don't need, the 5 of you. Don't don't reply and say, we know. We're just doing current point guards, and you're probably not going to like all of these, but
I know you won't like Harold's, yeah.
no, mine. I don't even think I'm done. I wanted him in there. I haven't fit him in, and we did reserve the right to do a duo of point guards. Okay, instead of just one.
Oh, in one spot.
We right. We tandem them.
That's right.
So, with that said, we'll start with 11. Each of ours 11. Talk about it, and then if it happens to come up in our list, we'll comment about them as we go. And your number 11 is.
Oh, we doing that now? You don't want to finish the playoffs?
Oh, you're right. We're rookies.
Yeah.
So in the finals, we both have OKC.
Right.
We didn't do
Boston. We
didn't do Boston.
Miami. We both had them advancing. Yeah.
So we both have that.
Yeah. I got the Heat in 6 over Boston in the conference finals. I guess it would be called.
It would be that.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting to that round where Miami starts choking, but they're they're a better team, and although I like what I'm seeing from Boston lately, kind of ramping up the energy.
Following the youth.
Garnett, I just don't think they have the legs to roll with Miami.
So what if Bosch is hurt?
What if Bosch is hurt?
It's not exactly a curveball. It's more or less we probably put it on ESPN News right now.
Yeah, probably so. I mean, Miami's got the home field advantage. So the 2, Boston's the 4, but still didn't have home field advantage in round 1.
We still haven't figured that out.
Someone has to explain.
We still haven't figured that out.
Yeah.
I can't even find that online as to what.
Yeah.
And won a division.
Without Bosch, I mean, it probably takes them an extra game.
So regardless,
pushes them 7. But I think Miami's going to take it. That game 7 would be interesting, though.
Okay, can you name 5 players in the Heat?
Name 5 players on the Heat. Aside from LeBron, Wade, and Bosch?
Right. No, yeah, 2 more.
Chalmers and Haslam.
Okay. Can you name 7?
Can I name 7? Let's see.
Let's get to the number where... I mean, this is your Boston Celtics. Who's beating them? You should know their names.
They still have Mike Miller?
They do.
They do? Okay.
I think so. They must. Yes. I think I saw them get shoved on the ground today.
Oh, that guy who killed them last year, Jones? Or, what the hell's his name? Still on the team?
Is it the guard?
Yeah.
Probably. I think that's right.
Yeah.
See, but it's not easy.
No.
You see? So they're doing it with those big 3.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And without one of those 3, and LeBron being LeBron at this point in the playoffs, I say all this, I'm not gonna pick Boston to go to the finals. But just because Father Time tells me otherwise. But it's the Heat, but I think I completely agree. If Bosch is healthy, 6. If he's not, 7, and a tough 7. These Celtics aren't going away. They've shown that. I think Garnett understands this is it for Ray Allen more than himself. This is the last time we'll have this group.
Right.
And
they're not getting any younger.
No, and then if I just bust not that he never played hard or didn't always play hard. They're gonna bust it for this month and hope it's enough.
Yeah.
And one more ring, get up there with Bird has however many, but him and Pierce would have 2 to go along with it. And
Ainge's got to know that Miami's going to be the team to beat in the East for the next 5 years running.
Of course.
So if they get embarrassed in this series, he's definitely blowing up the team. He's taking things.
Well,
he might have to do that anyway.
Well, he's hinted at it for years.
Right.
It's like, why for years did you even put that in the back of their mind? Not that Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen are obviously very mentally strong people and players, but the one fragile component is your key component, and they've messed with him the most. And maybe that's we say that we don't know what's actually gone on in that locker room or in that front office. Maybe they've always told them this is just smoke and mirrors. We're just trying to.
Well, he did respond by leading the league in assists.
No, he
got hurt a lot, but
because he throws his body around.
Yeah,
and he's not the biggest fellow in the world. But so we have the Heat. And both the Thunder. This is where we'll probably disagree.
All right, go for it. You first, then, if we're going to disagree.
Well, you know where I'm going.
Yeah, I do.
And again, it's not only optimistic thinking. I think they're ready. I think that on any given night, there's 3 different players that can score 35, and some given nights they all do.
Yeah,
and I don't
it certainly feels that way.
Right, and I've watched these 2 teams play, and the Thunder won more convincingly in the game that they won than the Heat did. Like the Heat needed a miracle when they won. So it's gonna go 7. It's got to. We deserve 7 of these 2 teams
between those 2.
Yeah,
I want to see 7.
Right, that would be epic. So Thunder at 7. That would be beautiful. And Durant's your Finals MVP if we're gonna go that far too.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. We disagree. I got Miami at 7.
That's fine.
And I'm accounting for the potential loss of Bosch there. I mean, I think they still find a way to pull it out.
Well, but did we know?
Without him.
Did we figure out if Perkins is healthy?
I don't know, but like we were talking earlier,
I know, but
presumably if it's a bad injury, we would have found out about it.
I agree. It would have been front page. Yeah,
right. So I'm
more homework for you listeners.
That's right. So the list is building. Maybe we should go through.
It's growing. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
We'll go back and
all the things you're supposed to.
Right. We'll tell you.
Week. Yeah, that's fair. But Heat in 7. I think it's time. And
can't name 7 players on the team, but
he's got to win anyway.
He's got to win in the title.
There's only 1 ball, so I don't see why you need 7 players.
Raisin balls, but another day as well.
Yes, that'll be back.
So I had the perfect segue earlier for the point guard with Westbrook being the mismatch, but we do want to do a top 11 list. Everybody loves lists. We love lists. We sit at the bar and just go through lists all the time, and so we do 11 instead of 10 because the wife is smarter than she looks. Because she's hot, and most hot chicks aren't smart. Yeah, so
I'll go along with that.
Right, we go. All right. So with point guards, we're gonna point guards in the current NBA. I've been through the spiel about Magic. I don't want to hear your feedback about its current point guards.
Right.
11.
You want to go from the bottom?
Yeah, we'll go. It's like a countdown.
Okay. Yeah. No,
drum roll.
Good. Yeah. Start with 11.
Yeah, and struggle with all these, but.
Yeah, I mean, because the bottom 5, it's like
it could be 30 different guys.
Yeah,
right.
A lot of competition for those spots. I got Kyrie Irving, number 11.
Nice, and Irving didn't make my list, but you look at his stats: 18.5 a game and he's on a bad team, but they surprised. They won more games than I think people thought they would, and he was a big part of that. And I think who I have at 11,
I had him there.
Okay,
but, I deleted.
Okay,
him.
Another rookie.
Made a number 12.
Another rookie, Ricky Rubio from Minnesota. I'd like to see more out of him. He only played maybe half the season, but when he did play, he showed me more than I thought he had. And Minnesota was a playoff contender.
Yeah.
When he was healthy, they were in that 7-8 seed. So
and they got hurt and they dropped.
They did. They really did.
A ton of games.
They really did. So that shows me enough to put him 11.
Yep.
So your 10th?
10 is John Wall.
John Wall, wow. Okay.
The Wizards.
And
who I admit I haven't seen them play that much. I'm going more off his stats, which are pretty impressive.
Look at his shooting percentage, but yeah. That's a point guard.
You're going to say that about somebody else on my list.
No, right. I'm sure I will.
And I'm well aware of his,
but
his shooting percentage.
But his field goal attempts, he doesn't always play as a point guard, but he's young, and I think they'll find over time he's better in the 2 spot. But
it gets a sense as somebody, okay, maybe not right now, prime time ready, but somebody who can build those skills and become
right. And he's not overwhelmed. He's not influenced by, and he's ready to. He's never saw a shot he didn't skate him away. Whatever that saying is.
Well, his team does suck.
Right, but they're getting better. They got Nene. They do have. They made a couple of decent trades, but there was an ongoing joke about how bad they are as people on the team, like the team players on the team.
What, they're jerks?
Right. And it's just there's a segment on a radio show on the big network that they just read tweets from these guys, but they're trending towards a better. He's not a bad guy. He's just not a point guard. I think he's fitted as a shooting guard. But yes, very young squad.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of young, my number 10 is